Thanks for tuning in. We are interviewing live with the Slants this morning, an Asian electronic dance rock band. There are a couple band members that aren't here today, so we want to give them a shout out. Go ahead, Alex or Simon.
I guess this is personally a special shout out to Amy Scarlett, because I wouldn't be here without her. So thank you very much.
And of course our beloved Pete, who's enjoying the coast with his family right now.
I also wouldn't be here without him.
Well, we just heard Sakura Sakura. It's a song about what? Aaron, can you?
Oh, it's actually celebrating just being one with Asianness, with all of us, all our cultures coming together and having the same type of vibe and the bond.
Nice. Well, we were just talking about how it feels for you guys to play in a band when you go out and live, and you know, seeing as to it, there's not that many API rock bands out there. So how does it feel for you guys when you go out and perform?
I enjoy it. I think it really helps us stand out from everybody else that's out there. A lot of people seem to notice, although when we get on stage, we don't really think, okay guys, let's be Asian, or something like that. You know, turn it on. Turn it on. Asian on! We just think of ourselves as a, an ordinary rock band, and a lot of people see the whole persona of the band, and I think it sets us apart.
Sure.
And plus there's a lot of Asian files out there who love anything Asian, and we're Asian, so it works out.
It does. I mean, there's a lot of bands from Japan or from China or whatnot, like J-Rock or whatnot. It's nice to have a band from the States that comes together and does it as well.
It's true. Yeah.
You're listening to, for those of you that are just now tuning in, you're listening to APA Compass. This is our second annual summer music special. Again, we are interviewing the Slants. If you would like to call in, please do. The phone number is 503-231-8187. You guys are saying you don't turn on the Asian, right? But do you ever feel tokenized as like a band, one of the rare API rock bands?
Kind of, but we, like we said before, we take anything we can get, we just own it as our own. I mean, we give out fortune cookies with our names in them, Yeah.
I think first and foremost we're musicians, and
this is true.
I like to think the music speaks for itself.
Right.
That's because he's not Asian.
Well, okay.
How does it feel to be the token white person in the band?
Oh my God.
Pete, where are you? I need some help here.
So, rock, electronica, and punk is what you guys classify your genre of music to be. So, again, like I said, seeing that there's not that many APIs in the industry, have you faced any obstacles or struggles because of that? Or is there anything that you want to, give a shout out to what made you become where you are now?
I think it's actually helped us out quite a bit, because
I would agree.
It's kind of a rare thing, and when people come across it, they think it's interesting or different. I mean, there are a few people who hate the idea that we are Asians in the band. I've come across a lot of hate mail, and a lot of people threatened me when I was putting out ads for members of this band. But I think I love the fact that a lot of the musicians we look up to, they've inspired us. We're able to take this, and now we're able to give back to our community, give them an Asian hero or a musician to look up to.
Yeah,
so
it's not just Yoko Ono anymore.
We got Jen Cho now. Move over, y'all.
So does that change your guys' marketing? Like, do you market differently, or do you feel like you have to do something differently just because you are an API band?
And I have a lot of fun with the marketing end of things. I mean, we gave you some fortune cookies today. We got some sushi restaurant takeout menus. That's actually a show flyer. I enjoy it quite a bit, because it allows me to take on these different Asian things that we like and put them into spin it for the band.
Yeah, we love to embrace the stuff that's Asian in the band, the cultural things. After practice, a lot of times we go get beef noodle pho. We go get sushi a lot. We have cultural days with the Japanese gardens together. We immediately want to go to get tea and then sushi and whatnot. So we like to go support Asian movies. Like, we went and saw the anime at Summer 21 together, most of us, Paprika, and any Jung Woo film that comes out, or just time to spend together and enjoy our heritage and our culture. It's really a fun thing to do together.
Yeah, we're going to be playing a KomoriCon in September as well, which is a big Asian cultural convention. So it's a great way for us to kind of just enjoy our roots.
So who do you guys consider to be your audience? I know you guys just kind of started in 2006, so you're fairly a new band. So has it been difficult to reach out to the API community as a whole, and who are your supporters?
I'd say we have a pretty good support base in the Asian community, and we started promoting this band, or I did, before I actually even had members in it. So it got a lot of attention online through a lot of internet advertising. As far as our fan base, I'd say pretty much anyone and everyone, although we have a lot of people who originally got interested in the band because of its Asian factor. The more we've been playing shows, the more people have been getting into us because of our music.
Right, everyone kind of pays attention and takes notice of our name, the Slants. They'll always be like, oh, or oh, like we might be met with a lot of skepticism at first, but once they see us play and realize that we're serious musicians and not just kind of like a kitschy little project, they're really pleased, and we make a lot of fans at each show that we play, and that's awesome. That's a good feeling. We really appreciate it.
Has it been difficult for you to get into certain venues around Portland? Like, what are some venues that you guys have played at around Portland?
Well, we have both the Aaron and I have a lot of contacts through just our other bands that have been playing so many shows. So we kind of have an established rapport with certain venues. We played the Ash Street Saloon and Tonic Lounge, which are both venues that we're returning to again this month.
We're having a hard time getting to the Rose Garden Theater of the Clouds lately, though. That's a venue that we'd like to play. Right, Simon?
Yeah. The Chinese Botanical Gardens. I'd like to play there, have some tea.
So, what are you guys' musical influences? Like this, each one of you guys have someone that you can, really give a shout out to for like why you got into music, or is it just you just fell across it, or what?
Sure. You want to start, Michael?
Michael, you want to start?
Yeah, for me, it's the two big ones would be Depeche Mode and The Cure, and a lot of the music that I write comes from those electronic, melodic roots.
Me as well, The Cure for sure. I grew up skateboarding, so I was listening to a lot of punk rock, and my lyrics and kind of aggressive singing comes from that background, and my previous bands, my punk rock background. But learning to do this music with these people has really challenged me to write differently and kind of grow as a lyricist and writing my harmonies and whatnot, melodies. So it's really fun for me. I've had a great time doing it. But yeah, definitely the punk rock background for me, but it's great. It's fun to do.
And I was originally trained as a jazz bass player. I took lessons for 3 years playing jazz and blues, although at the same time I was listening to Guns N' Roses. But for me, in this band, I'd say the biggest influence for me would be The Faint. I really appreciate their music a lot, and when I had this idea in my head, I originally tried to sound a lot like them, or derivative of them.
I grew up listening to classical music and the Beatles, and I still pretty much identify myself with classical music very strongly, since it's what I do outside of rock bands. I play piano, and I guess the biggest band for me would be Radiohead. That was a huge turning point for me.
Oh, we've got a call? Oh, well, as a drummer, I've really tried to listen to as many different bands as possible, but I suppose if I had to pick an influence, it would probably be Stuart Copeland of The Police.
Nice.
Not Tommy Lee?
Not Tommy Lee, no.
You look like Tommy Lee.
I know, I do.
The Filipino version.
We actually have a caller calling in to ask you guys